We're back with some more multiplayer. This time it's going to be Titan Brawl, which is pretty much the same as the player versus player video, but with Titans instead. There's 2 teams of 5, 10 minutes for a match. You get a kill, it counts as a point. First team to 30 or the highest team after 10 minutes with the score wins. Mainly, you cannot get out of your Titan at all. You start in the Titan, you die in the Titan. No pilots. So it's the same thing as the PvP mode, except with Titans. Pretty straightforward.
There was something... I don't remember how it works in Last Titan Standing, but in this mode, if you have the thing that makes you eject before you die from the Titan explosion, what happens?
That is a very good question. I don't use that perk very often. I'm assuming it just doesn't work because you can't eject.
Right? Because you can't get out of the Titan in this mode, so I don't know what would happen if you had that equipped.
Yeah, I should have mentioned in the player versus player video that your loadout for your Titan doesn't matter in that one. This one, the pilot loadout doesn't matter because you never get out. So,
Okay, so
I think I go with that.
I'm guessing you probably, well, you cannot roll your Titans, but if you have Monarch, can you still do the battery steal thing?
Yes, that is an execution.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, that technically doesn't count as you getting out, even though the animation shows you getting out. Yeah.
But so you're pretty much locked, like you cannot recharge batteries or anything in this mode?
No.
Okay.
Which makes Monarch very tricky to play in this mode.
Yeah.
You have to be extremely conservative with it if you try it. Though if you do get it all the way up, it's very good because you can stay alive very long. But I picked Iron for this mode. I think I used it. This guy's AFK.
That is
so
very
he's just
sad
kill.
AFK, man.
Somebody's idling.
Yeah. I love the Ion's execution. Just hit him with his own arm.
You are still invincible during executions, right?
Yes. Yeah. And I think actually I misspoke in an earlier video. You're invincible during player executions as well.
Yeah, I think you
I found
are.
that out the hard way. So in this mode, unlike the player versus player where you run around like crazy and just bunny hop over everything, you kind of want to stick with your teammates in this mode because it's a lot easier to kill a Titan if you have your buddy shooting it.
Yeah, you know, in contrast to how quickly things die in the PvP of this game, the pilots, like, the Titans don't just, like, die fast in this game. You really have to fucking bomb to kill them.
I was confused because there's a lot of AFK. I think that was the other AFK guy that respawned. Yeah, taking some damage from a Scorch there.
Yeah, don't stand in a firewall. Bad for your health right there.
The shield will not stop the laser beam, dude. Yeah, I'm trying to bait that guy. See, I was in doomed mode, which means he can execute me, and I was trying to bait him into jumping towards me, because a lot of the people, when they see a Titan in doomed mode, they'll go straight for it to do the execution. But if you can like play your dashes right, you can just have them try walking at you, and while you shoot them and get some damage in. But I fucked up, so.
That's one of the kind of nice things about playing, I think it's Northstar and Ronin, is since you have an extra dash, you can really like fuck around with people in doomed mode and keep them out.
Yeah, those two are the most mobile of the Titans. 3 dashes if you got the upgrade for it.
I mean, they can
like
still just
Ion.
shoot you, but yeah.
Yeah, I like Ion. It's very average, I would say. Middle. It's well-rounded in that it can do close range, medium, long range, and it has decent utility for getting in and out and stuff. It's like the least specialized, I think. But it makes it so like maps like this where there's close range and long range stuff, it's pretty well balanced. Because like Scorch doesn't perform well, obviously, like long range, and Northstar's the opposite. So
I think if Ion has a specialization, you could argue that it's super fuck stuff up really bad. Like, the kind of specialization of Ion is shooting a big laser and fucking everyone up really bad.
its super's okay. It's better than some of the missile ones because it's instant hit scan as opposed to the missile having travel time. But it also slows you down and requires you to be in line of sight.
Yeah, but one of the cool things about it, like you mentioned earlier, is it does go through shields. Like, it does not care about a shield when you're shooting that. So it's kind of like unblockable, quote unquote, if they are in line of sight.
So you mentioned the Ion being good in this map, and I didn't remember from when you loaded in. You know which map you're going to play before you get to pick your Titan, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one of the things I should mention. In almost all of the multiplayer modes, with a few exceptions, while the game loads in and for the first 15 seconds of the game, you have access to change your loadouts just at will, because most of the loadouts, or most of the game modes start you in the dropship. And so, like, if you saw back during the player video, everybody started in the dropship, and I was fucking around with loadouts there.
And you can change your Titan loadout whenever you want in this mode, right? Like, you don't have to keep using a Titan.
Yeah. So that Legion was pretty much screwed because the bullet shield that the Ion has just can block everything the Legion can do, and the Legion is not fast.
I was about to say that Legion was not being smart. Just let's shoot the Ion with the shield up.
Yeah, I mean, he really didn't have much of a choice.
Yeah.
The smartest thing he probably could have done was use the pushback close range move, but I don't know if he was in that mode or not. I ran out of energy there.
Ion is also good for baiting tone players into locking you and just using the shield when they drop the missile salvo.
Yeah. If you can time the shield move well, it's very nice.
It's probably for the best that they don't... the patience there. It's probably for the best that they do not allow battery steals in this mode, because otherwise the whole mode would be built around that. Like, everyone would just be playing Monarch non-stop.
When we get to the Last Titan Standing, there is more of a meta strategy to that we'll get into, which is a bit more complicated than this mode. Again, this is just deathmatch with Titans.
Team deathmatch with Titans.
Team deathmatch, yes.
So we were talking about how weapons are mostly, pick whatever you want. How are Titans done?
Like, what do you mean? Like, which ones you pick, or?
No, I mean the Titans. Is there anyone that is just completely overpowered? That depends on the map. How is that?
I would say it's more map dependent than anything else.
There's definitely some, in terms of damage, Scorch does a lot of damage, but
Legion does too. Legion actually was nerfed early on in the game cycle, I believe. I remember Legions being very powerful when the game debuted, but now they're kind of middle of the road, in my opinion.
Yeah. Legion's gun does a lot of damage, and Scorch's abilities do a lot of damage, but it's kind of hard to hit with them, so I don't know, it feels pretty balanced. I don't feel like there's any one Titan that's just like, yo, you should play this Titan, and that's it.
Honestly, if I'm being real, a very good Ronin player scares me, because if they can get in on you, you're dead.
Oh yeah.
Well, like all the other Titans, with the exception of maybe Scorch, require you to have some range to do stuff, but like if a Ronin gets in on you, you're screwed.
I think the sort of disadvantage Ronins have, if there is one in a mode like this,
they gotta get close.
Is they gotta get close, and getting close, if you're in a group, is impossible for them. Like, if you have even one other person with you, it's so hard for them to get up to you, because you can just kill them before they ever get to you.
Dodging my laser.
I had actually forgotten you can actually hold Ion's laser.
Yeah, it does eventually fire itself, but
oh, that thing does so much damage.
What is the like missile thing on the Ion? I honestly don't remember.
the missile thing.
Like, it's like you shoot a little laser out, like I think it's the Mouse 4.
Oh, that is the railgun laser.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah. It uses about 40% of the charge on the left-hand side of the screen there, so you can't just use it all the time. But it's very good for just, I stupidly dashed in as opposed to dashing backwards. It's very good at like sniping pilots, because it's instant scan while all the other Titan class weapons are projectiles.
Yeah, I do remember a lot of videos of people just ski shooting, ejecting pilot with Ion.
Oh yeah, it's a favorite pastime of mine. The problem is it's on a shared cooldown with the shield and the split wave alternate fire from the main gun. So you have to keep some in reserve if you want to use it.
That Ronin did not see you.
No.
Also interesting that it didn't give you an animation there. You just punch.
Yeah, I was going to say, you just punch
If you
him.
punch a Doom Titan and they're at very low health, you don't even get the animation, they'll just explode.
That's actually good, honestly.
drop the trip mines, which always get shot. The trip mines never get used.
Trip mines are good. Trip mines are very underrated in my opinion for the Northstar. They can fuck people up in a mode like this.
The thing with the trip mines is, if I recall correctly, you don't actually get a different color or any kind of tell to know if they're your teams or any all the other teams.
I thought they were blue if they're your teams. Is that not true?
There is a blue tint to them. It's very hard to see.
Ah, okay.
But it's not, yeah. It's definitely not like...
If you notice there during the animation, the Ronin's sword was like sticking out of its chest. I don't know if that was like an animation error or something. But
Oh, no top frags? Sad.
no top frags. I tried.
But more Titan damage than first place, so...
It's very important.
Oh, look at all these nice unlocks.
Next level in 0 merits.
Skip through those. So you guys ready to watch me snipe for 15 minutes? I think I used Northstar on this one. Yeah, as I mentioned, where it says load jumping to the location right now, you can switch your stuff right then, anytime it's loading. And not only can you select, you can also edit the loadouts.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot you could do that.
I switched it from Warp Fall to Dome Fall because it doesn't matter in this mode. I don't know what I was thinking.
Question about the maps. Are there any maps that are like Titan only or Pilot only?
There are some that are pilot only, but if you can do a Titan in it, you can do a pilot in it.
Yeah, I think all of the
That makes
maps
sense.
that are Titan maps are also maps you can play in other multiplayer modes as a pilot.
Like I
But-
did a pilot versus pilot on the previous episode in this map.
Right.
Yeah.
But there is definitely no... You can't put Titans in a...
Yeah, some of the
pilot
modes like Live Fire have their own custom maps. So yeah, Northstar, you
Yep.
see a lot of dash in, dash out
Yep.
sniping.
Yep.
That guy's probably hating your guts right now every time he looks
I
away.
don't think he's even paying attention. He's busy with the other dudes.
He's just
Well,
like,
yeah.
why am I
I
taking
mean, now
damage?
he is.
He's doing like the ultimate Northstar thing, which is, yeah, you shoot, you dash, you go back, and 90% of the time, like you said, they don't even know. They're just like, why am I taking damage?
A bunch of
What is hurting me?
Recommend tender traps to slow the enemy. Friendly Titan attacking your target.
When
What's
you
your
shoot them,
F key.
you can theoretically see. Oh, that's the trip mines. You can
Okay.
theoretically see when a Northstar shoots you. There's like a trail that their bullet makes, but it does not last very long. So you have to be paying attention, otherwise you will not know where they are.
You'll hear them more than you'll see them.
Yeah, totally.
Because it makes that gigantic crack noise.
Enemy Titan destroyed.
I think the one thing I hate about the Northstar more than anything is I just feel like it's Titan Super, whatever you want to call it,
Oh, it's garbage.
doesn't make sense for its kit. Also, it just like does
Yeah.
not match with what its kit is.
Because you got to
at
get
all.
close to use that thing effectively, and it's a big shoot me sign on a Titan that only has 3 bars of health.
Right. From far away, you literally will not. You'll do like no damage to someone shooting.
Honestly, they should have just made it so like your plasma railgun charges super fast or something.
Yeah,
Well, that
so
would've been
like
good, though.
Unlimited charges or something.
Yeah, or unlimited ammo, something like that. Yeah.
That's Northstar Pierce. Pierce. Do your
Oh,
bullets go
Pierce.
through? Yeah, sorry.
You have to. He said it's a piss. It's a robot.
Does
Oh, yeah.
Northstar piss? Yes.
Does it piss?
It pierces if you pick the perk for it.
Okay.
I don't like this perk. I don't know why you take that one.
Really?
Yeah.
Because legions like to stand in front of each other.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that is true. I like, I think there's a perk that's just faster charging. I'm trying to remember what the Northstar perks are. There's the double trip mines. That one's hella good.
You can boost yourself over the sledge, which is nice. What's this guy doing? He's not shooting him.
Beware, pilot. You are outnumbered by
Yeah, none of them is shooting you. Well, there we go.
Friendly Titan attacking your target.
I don't know why anyone would really pick a Legion on this map, to be perfectly frank, because like it's so slow at plotting to try to get close to anyone.
Titans attacking.
Oh, right. There's Threat Optics, which is the one I usually have on, because that's the one where anytime
So it
that you're...
highlights.
Yeah.
It
That's
highlights the weak points.
not so important for fighting Titans, but really good when you're in Titan and Pilot mode, because you can see pilots zoomed in, which
Yeah.
lets you just clap them. There's Twin Traps, which is good. There's the one that makes your missiles better. That one's also good. And then there's the worst one objectively, which is the one that makes you move faster during hover and flight core.
Oh, I see you pressing the suicide button.
Yeah. I saw like the guys over there. I was like, oh, maybe I can get one of them. Nope. I don't know. It's garbage. It's probably my least favorite Titan core ability.
I think really the only time that ability like shines at all or has any real purpose is their team is already so busy fighting some other thing that's supering or whatever. Like if there's like a Ronin, you know, sword supering on them, and then you just sort of like spray it on top of them while that's happening.
Put the traps over there so you can't go in and then miss the initial shot.
Do you take
This is a very
self-damage
good
for that?
Northstar map. Do the traps do health damage? I don't remember. They do, right?
No, these ones just
Sustained severe
Oh, they just stick them. They make
they
make
stick
it so you can't move.
The ions will do damage.
flight core ready. Friendly
They stick you for a long ass time though.
But yeah, they're annoying to shoot too, especially if you have like a slow firing gun like a Scorch.
Oh my god, good luck, dude. You might as well
Yeah.
just walk away from that direction when it happens as Scorch. Piercing rounds on this does not go through shields though, right? I'm
No,
pretty
it
sure.
doesn't. It's only enemies. Like if you hit a Titan body, you'll go through that and then one behind it.
Man, oh man, if it went through shields, that would be, you would have to take that.
That would be broken.
Yeah.
I can understand why they didn't have that.
That'll be a nice call. Just give you shield penetration for a couple seconds.
That would
Honest-
be good too. Yes.
Wow, that would... Can we petition...
Now,
for
here's
them to add that
actually
to
where the
this?
core saves my life here, because this Ronin can't do jack shit. And then he's stupid and decides not to hit me once when I'm doomed, so I get the execution.
Oh, that's nasty.
Theoretically, he could have shot you, but he was too confused.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't. Like
He was
one
trying to
shot
melee
would've-
you. He was surprised.
Oh no, he's flying and I only have this sword and this shotgun.
But you know what's fucked up is you hit him with, I would say, at least 80% of that super, or maybe even more,
Mm-hmm.
and it still didn't even kill him, and that was a Ronin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ronins don't have a lot of life. Again, that super is not very good.
Oh lord, they made of paper. I tried playing one in Frontier Defense recently and it's just, god dear lord.
Yeah, Ronin's probably the hardest difficulty curve of all the Titans to play, because you have to know how to effectively get close to someone, which is quite hard.
Yeah, it turns out just running straight at them doesn't really work.
You know, you want to flank, use your shield, or your sword shield, or whatever it is, and also your phase dashing.
And also in a mode like this, I feel like the real purpose of a Ronin, you could say, is much more just like picking off targets that are not
Yeah.
with the group. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a roamer flanking sort
The
of
flanker,
strategy.
yeah.
Because you cannot just walk into a group of people with a Ronin and kill somebody. You'll die.
Like it seems that it would make a really good partnership with the Northstar. Just lock somebody down and the Ronin comes from the side and just swords them.
I think a lot of people don't like this mode. Actually, a lot of people don't like Last Titan Standing the most, but the thing about this mode is a lot of these Titan maps, since they're built for both players and Titans, like the Titans are on the outskirts of the map in like certain corridors, while the players get all the inside areas. And so it makes it so like this map is like essentially like a figure 8, where there's like an outside loop and then an inner cut. And so like all the fighting happens there. And like I wish there was just more open maps, like trying to think like that Frontier map that's like just a big open field. I
Yeah,
think
with
would be a
the
lot more fun.
facility in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah, this map in Frontier is kind of obnoxious because if you want to get from one part to the other in the Titan, it's just you either cannot, so you have to take the long way around. It's super annoying.
And even that open map you're talking about has its own like little side pathways and stuff, but it also has that big open part in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, it feels like this, especially for 6 Titans in one like lane here, it gets too cramped and just gives a clusterfuck.
Theoretically, people are supposed to go through the middle also, but no one wants to be there because that's like a nightmare death zone. So
Yeah, plus you don't want to leave your friends in this mode. Like in Pilot vs. Pilot, it's like fine because all
Sure.
the guns just kill dudes. But like in this mode, you need concentrated fire to take things down quickly. So like I'm out here roaming by myself, and it's probably going to get me killed.
it is, but also you're Northstar, so you can roam and be far away from them. Whereas if you're other Titans, you have to be up close, and yeah, you'll just die from getting shot.
Yeah, what it feels in the other map you mentioned is that the pilot areas are basically thought so you can just hide in there as a pilot and maybe take a pot shot at the Titan while you recharged it. And this is just exclusive pilot area. But you're never gonna get a pilot, so yeah.
I appreciate that you're trying to line up too, but also just hit them.
I picked the piercing rounds for a reason, man. I don't know why I'm sniping here because there's also a sniper down there plus
I'm
other
sorry,
shit. So it's
are you
like,
shooting Jesus?
Is that it's not Jesus?
Yeah.
I say fuck this.
Kuvo's agnostic, so it doesn't bother him.
Actually, I was curious if I could get on the stack the boxes here. You can, so you can get kind of a heads up.
Draw.
It's cool. 10 minutes for a draw.
Wow. Hey, you know what matches will never result in a draw? Pilot versus pilot.
Maybe?
Uh-oh.